Editor McKinley here. I am quickly recording this because I do mention them casting her just because she's a household name. That is called stunt casting. That is where casting agency, casting crew, casting directors, they cast someone in a musical just because they're a well-known person, because it brings money in. People want to see their favorite characters on TV, you know? I know I would have wanted to. Instead of going through the audition process that every other actress or actor that isn't well known from a TV show has to go through, they just see it and go, oh, okay, we're going to get this person the part, which is really unfair, and for both the actor that was hired and for the actors who didn't even get a chance. Yeah. The purpose of this video is to talk about something that I feel like really needs to be said. A lot of other people have talked about it, but I wanted to give my take on what I believe about this, which is Peyton List being cast as Heather Chandler in the West End Heathers the Musical production. Before we start, a couple things. One, there's absolutely no hate going to Peyton List in this video. She's an amazing actress. Like, I aspire to be such a great actress, just like her. But I feel like her experience was different than the one she needed to be Heather Chandler. Two, I feel that I should be able to say this. I am not, before I dive into this, I don't want y'all thinking I'm like a newbie rookie. I have done my research. I've watched all the videos. I have been doing theater for 4 years now. I'm an advanced theater. I've taken all the theater classes I've been able to, participated in every single theater production I could participate in. So I feel like, and I'm a ginormical Heathers fan, ginormous Jessie fan. I've seen Peyton List. I've seen all the Heathers productions you can see. I feel like I speak from a little bit of experience, okay? Okay, let's start. Okay, we're going to start off by saying that I think there's been a lot of hate circling around the internet going on with Peyton List being Heather Chandler. Starting off first, the Heathers is about these three girls. They're essentially Mean Girls, just way worse. Way worse. There are three different Heathers, and Heather Chandler's kind of the ringleader. She has no remorse, no insecurity. She's abrasive. She's mean. She's awful. As Veronica Sawyer says in the musical, she is a mythic B word. Not gonna cuss. And it kind of circles around those three girls and two other people that I feel like we don't really need to get into because, yeah. So, Peyton List recently-ish, I think it was back in like late 2025, she was casted as Heather Chandler in the West End production of Heathers. Peyton List herself has a lot of acting experience. She was on so many Disney Channel shows. Jessie, Bunked, I can't remember the other one. She was in like School Spirits, one of those Netflix shows. I don't really watch all of her shows. All I know is that I watched Jessie when I was younger and I loved it. Something that my theater teacher taught me is that there's a difference between stage acting, like Broadway acting, and movie/TV acting. I feel like Peyton is stuck in between, because in movie acting, you have the camera in front of your face the whole time. So instead of going, wow, I really hate you, or like, projecting out loud, you're more like, wow, I really hate you. Sorry, this is going to be very cringe. But you're not making quite as big movements, you're not talking quite as loud. It's more like the tiny bitty details. Like if I were to get disappointed by you, I would have a little eye flicker, maybe look down for a second, you see the tears start to build. But when you're on Broadway, they can't see that. The stage lights flush you out. There are people They're grandmas that all the way in the very, very back row. They cannot hear you for the world. And you have to project. So there's a difference between going, wow, I really hate you, as movie acting, or wow, I really hate you in Broadway, or whatever it is, you know? And in Disney Channel acting, it's more like comedic. You know, it's along the lines of Broadway acting, but it's more comedic with, wow, I really hate you. It's kind of a mix between the two. Now, I feel like Peyton is stuck between the movie acting, where it's more like controlled, calm, which goes along with Heather Chandler. She's supposed to be like really cold, calm, like calculating. But she's also kind of going more along the lines of Disney Channel acting, where she's going a little bit too big. Like, I want to show you. This is in the song Candy Store. Right when one of the Heathers comes up and she's trying to show off her vocal abilities and she's getting into the song, she's like, yeah, we're the popular girls. And then Heather Chandler comes over, shoves her away. She says, shut up, Heather. And she has this big riff that's showing off her vocal ability, how she's the leader of the pack, how everyone should bow down to her. And I just want y'all to watch just the shut up, Heather. So, just the shut up, Heather. She's a big shut up, Heather. It's more like, you know, move out of the way, no one cares about you. But Peyton List, she kind of gives off more of a like Disney Channel vibe with it. Let me show. Yeah, so she goes for more of shut up, Heather. And she has different ones for more nights. This is just one bad one. But I feel like it's giving, shut up, Heather, you're trying to steal my spotlight. Which isn't really along what Heather goes for, because she's more like, she has no insecurities. She knows that other Heather won't steal her spot. Yeah, I feel like that kind of goes off. Now, next up is the one that went viral. It's her Candy Store riff. Now, before we start, I feel like Peyton, she doesn't have vocal experience. You know, she was on movies, not musicals, TV shows, not musicals, so she doesn't have the same vocal ability as other people who were cast, and I feel like she was casted just because she was a good name and she was good at acting, which is not good. They set her up for failure. Here's... like, I really don't want to be rude. I feel like it kind of hurts my soul. And now that was one of her first performances. She performs that every single day, every single week. That's straining her voice, which is what I'm concerned for. She's pitchy, and that's going to hurt her voice. I don't think that's in her range at all. Indina Menzel, she did amazing, you know, with her Defying Gravity riffs and Let It Go, which she's doing almost all in her chest voice, but it ruined her voice because she is an alto, y'all. She's an alto, and she's saying that high belting, which ain't good when your vocal range is not that high. So I feel like Peyton's just set up for failure there, especially because that's her compared to Callista Nelms. She's the current one in New Zealand and Australia. She's amazing. She has vocal background. Like, when I first heard her, because she went viral after her like first night, I had no words. She did amazing. I was in love. Like, I play this all the time whenever I'm at my house because I need a new cast recording right now. It just sucks for Peyton because she tries so hard. Like, she has the potential. She can sing. She memorized all the choreography. She memorized all her lines. She memorized all the songs. She knows where to go. Like, she knows the show. She just doesn't have the vocal ability just yet. And I feel like if she had worked on it more, and she wasn't just casted just because she's a well-known name and because she's good at acting, then that wouldn't be so awful. Like, she wouldn't have been under this pressure and gotten all this hate, because she's an amazing actress. I feel like she did such a good job acting as Heather. She had some hiccups, but that was pretty good. Okay. Next up, I feel like she had a different interpretation of Chandler. Chandler's more calm, collected, like, I know who I'm eating lunch with on Monday. Do you? But she gives more of the Disney Channel, like, teen drama, popular girl. It's not the same, which is okay, because all Chandlers are supposed to bring their own interpretation, their own riff. But I feel like it's not quite as much giving Chandler, and it's not going along with the originals, and, like, even on the film. I don't like to talk about the Heathers movie because I don't like it. I feel like it was not the best. I feel like the original off-Broadway cast 2014 will forever be my favorite. Dan Dominic as Shady. Carissa Hoagland as Heather Chandler. Anyways, I just don't like how it went, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show her last night, like her final night that she had her riff on, and you can still see there was improvement, but she is straining her voice. It will be bad for her voice. I'm worried for her. I feel bad. And it sucks that people are like, oh my god, she's awful. Like, I feel like there really is room for improvement. Like, we shouldn't just be so rude about it. Whatever. I'll show y'all her last riff that she had. Hold up. So already going through, she is quiet. She's kind of a little bit pitchy. Star. Obviously, it's not as quiet as that, but it's not as belty as mixed as it needs to be. And then she's a little bit pitchy on the. Sorry, I haven't warmed up yet, y'all. And then she gets it on the last part. She kind of goes, ah, which is okay. Okay, like, that's her interpretation. And then she looks happy. Like, she should be. She got it on the last bit, which is good. At least she got some part of it. And it sounds good. She just needs to get that last part louder. Like, I feel like if she can just have someone work with her on the step into my candy store, then that would work a lot better, because it's kind of, they're setting her up for failure. They're setting her up for the hate comments. They're setting her up for all the rude things that people have been saying, and she also talked about it. Hold up. She had an interview. Let's see what she said.
Can you tell me maybe the aspect of the show that is the most challenging for you, like the single moment that runs the risk of tripping you up the most? But then also I want to know, is there a specific moment of the show that, I don't know, you just like really look forward to? It's like, when you're like rewatching a movie you love and you can't wait for it to get to that one scene, if not that one line, because you just love hearing it or watching it.
I love asking Veronica if she brought knee pads so that she can beg. It's so terrible, but I just love being horrible. The moment that I just can't wait to be over every night is at the beginning of the show, and it's in the song Candy Store, and it's like the big moment, and I just can't wait for that to be done every single night. I hate it so much.
You nailed it last night, though.
Okay, that's nice.
I love how...
That shows, I'm just going to say right there, that shows how much they were setting her up for failure. In case you couldn't hear, or if editor me forgot to add in the clip, the interviewer goes, "What part of the show do you like? Can't wait for it to be over?" She said, "The one part of the show I can't wait for it to be over is in Candy Store at the big riff. I just hate for it. It's a big moment. I don't like it." And she looked so sad while she was saying it. And then the interviewer was like, "Oh, you did so good last night." She's like, "Oh, well, that's nice." Like, it feels like that. It sounds like she's never got any good like that many sincere compliments about it before, which I feel like she honestly did great. If she could just work on that last part, on the first part, that'd be great. I just wish that they didn't set her up like that, because just because they saw her name and was like, "Oh, everyone knows this girl, we'll bring in the money," because that's what a lot of casting people do. They just say, "Oh, this is a well-known name. If we bring her in, or him or her in, we will make money. People want to come in and see them, and not good for them." And honestly, it's less about whether the performance is good or bad, but it's more about the vocals for Heather Chandler, and it shows how in control she is and how she's not afraid of anyone. She knows nobody can take her spot. But Peyton being quiet on the thing and kind of looking, kind of going off the hinges, it's not right. But I know she can do it. She has the potential. If she works on it, I know she can get cast in another show, and she will do great. As a closer, I just wanted to say, in conclusion, Peyton List is amazing. She's an amazing actress. She has the potential to be a singer. She was a great Heather Chandler. The Candy Store just needed practice. And I feel like those casters really set her up for failure. Like, that's not something they should do. Casting knows how to cast people. But they just didn't think about it when they cast Peyton, which is awful because she didn't deserve that. I know if I had no vocal technique and I was cast as someone in Six or Heathers, or if I was cast as Angelica in Hamilton, or if I was cast in anything, it's just setting up for failure, and it ruins your mental health, it ruins your voice. This could be ending her career for both her mental, physical, and vocal well-being. So as a closer, there was no hate going to Peyton List in this video. I honestly love her. I still love her. And I think she's a gorgeous, amazing, talented actress. And yeah, that was all. Bye, guys. Hope you have a great day. It gives a lot of recognition, but it's not. Okay, Okay, so